implementing the new MNH website. So of course, this is none other than our University Extension Specialist 2 and Coordinator for Extension, Mr. Florante A. Cruz. So Mr. Florante Cruz, or Kuya Flor, is a communication professional with science, agriculture, and development backgrounds. He has several years of experience in journalism, semi-technical writing, and editing of news, features, technical and popular publications and documents, and publication management. So as an ICT for development practitioner, he has also led the development of systems for more efficient science communications. So let's all give a round of applause for our next speaker, Mr. Florante Cruz.
So hello, a great morning to everyone joining us here in this webinar. And thank you so much, Christian and Yang, for that kind introduction. And before I start discussing my topic, I would just like to first greet my institution, the UPLB Museum of Natural History, and of course, all of its curators, research and extension personnel, administrative staff, and project staff. Happy 46th founding anniversary. And it is but timely for me to present to everyone here one of the museum's newest accomplishments in terms of information sharing and biodiversity conservation education. And it's done through a technology-mediated channel, which is now the UPLB MNH's website. It's the second generation, Generation 2.0. And although I may be responsible for the final look and feel of the new website, my primary job was more of coordinating and making sure that everyone and everything is okay. Okay. So I have let me just give a shout out kay first sa UPLB ITC, no, for approving our request and for technical assistance. And let me thank Gerald Peter Pasayan, one of the staff at UPLB ITC who developed who set up the development website. No? And then of course si Jenna Ronda, one of the staff of ITC, for developing the information architecture, as well as doing the skeleton of the new website. And of course, si Francis May Tenorio, one of our CIP fellows, who almost single-handedly copied and pasted yung mga dynamic content from the old website to the new one. Let me just also acknowledge our new staff here, si Julian Afable, who wrote the first few articles of the new website. So again, maraming salamat po sa aking mga kasama sa UPLB ITC, of course sa UPLB MNH. Let me also acknowledge that this endeavor is part of my core-funded research, and I thank you. I thank the Office of the Vice Chancellor for Research and Extension for the support to our extension implementation. So, of course, everyone, let us all give them a warm round of applause, and kung pwede, pakiput yung mga heart emojis nyo dyan sa Zoom. So, yun lang. Thank you so much. I know that wala naman akong gagawin kundi ipakita sa inyo yung website. So I will be just giving you a little tour, and later I will be sharing my screen, and I'm asking Julian here to post the link, no, to the site. So if you can, just go to the link there, and then pwede tayong sabay-sabay na mag-explore ng aming bagong website. So share ko lang aking screen, all right? So ito ang ating bagong website, no? So a little background. Dati kasi pinatatakbo namin to way back in 2014. Ang content management system na ginagamit natin was Joomla. Joomla, CMS. No? Kaso, of course, meron tayong tinatawag na there's what we call as a technology obsolescence. Medyo yung ating server sa ITC ay can no longer support the new technology packages for websites. No? And let's say, I think almost 150,000 um, visitors, no, not visitors, unique users, and almost 500,000 page views later from 2014. 2022, meron na po tayong bagong website and it's now powered by WordPress. No? So one of the things that, dahil ito po yung nire-recommend ng ITC because one, it is more, mas mabilis ang kanyang support, ang kanyang community support. And kung mapapansin nyo, it's more layout responsive, which means mas maganda ng kanyang response when you view it, whether biniview nyo sa mobile, sa tablet, or on your desktop. No? So let me just check. All right. Thank you. So ito po tayo na sa front page po tayo dito. And you can see na this part is playable. At ito yung ating AVP. And then nandito yung ating dynamic content, which is itong ating mga news and updates, which we will regularly post. No? Depende sa ating mga activities. And ito po ang ating mga quick links. So sa inyo po, members of the audience, if you would like to check out our services, we categorize namin siya scientific, research, and educational. You could just click on it for more information. And of course, ang aming contacts. So itong ating footer, nandito po ang information about UPLB MNH, some important links. Nandito pa rin yung links namin dun sa aming mga past conferences and our social media accounts. Okay. So, okay, dito tayo sa about. So basically, it's just information about the museum, and we've included here our institutional statements, our mission, our vision, our core values, and our goals. And kung hindi nyo kung natatandaan nyo ba, batang-bata pa dito si Michelle, tsaka si Chris, pero may MTV kami dito, in-embed na rin po namin dito. You could play our official song, Pag-ibig at Paligid. The lyrics is written by one of our staff, si Kuya Ariel Larona. So we jump to our history. More information in the past, and then here you could download our annual report. So kahit pa paano, every year, pwede nyo makita yung aming annual reports starting from 2013. And again, yung aming institutional video. Pagdating dito sa people, we have our research and then extension staff and then yung admin staff namin. So nandito po, kompleto na po kami. I think this will be announced also by our director na all of our items have been filled up again. Okay. So if you want to learn more, let's say gusto nyo makikita ko anong tinatrabaho ni Christian. So ito, nandiyan ang kanyang contact email, a little bit of him, profile, and then yung recent publications niya. So they're all clickable if you want to, malaman ko ng mga ginagawa niya and then download his papers, just go to this portion of the website. So ganun din po sa lahat ng mga iba pang research and extension personnel. For the admin staff, nakalist po dito. So ang ating mga admin staff, ating mga AOs, ating mga technicians, etc. We go to our museum curators. Ganun din ang itsura ng aming research and extension personnel, and they are divided based on those sections kung saan sila mainly serving. So we have people from the botanical herbarium, the entomological collection, and the forestry herbarium, the hortorium, the culture collections, and the mycological herbarium. So if you click on them, yung mga ating mga uh, le- uh, click natin to si Dr. Niem. Pag kinlik nyo po siya, makikita nyo rin yung kanyang short profile as well as publications niya. Okay. One thing na in-include namin dito ay yung interns. Nakakatuwa lang kasi marami tayong interns na so far we have ilan na ito? Siguro mga ang information dito is more than I guess siguro mga more than 30 or 40. We have marami kami mga naging interns and fortunately yung mga past yung mga immediately past interns namin ay nag-provide ng kanila mga profiles. So uh, kompleto po sila dito and I'm happy na included sila dito sa museum family. Ang kailangan na lang namin idagdag pagdating dito sa people ay yung aming mga MNH thesis students and yung aming mga volunteers. Okay. So let's go forward. Pumunta naman tayo sa collections, no? Oh, floor sa zoo naman daw. Sabi ni Sir Philip. Okay. Mamaya. Okay. So ito, herbarium, let's say ganito. Some information about the herbarium and then we have some photos here ng actual collections ng aming herbarium. So pwede nyo siyang i-click, pwede nyo siyang i-zoom in, something like that. Okay, di ba? Maganda sana if we have ito ay representative samples lang ha. Okay. And then I think Michelle will be talking about the botanical herbarium database. So pwede nyo siyang i-access by just clicking here. Okay. As per popular request, dito naman tayo sa Zoological Herbarium. Zoological and Wildlife Collection. So, tignan-tignan nyo na lang po, no? So, ito, meron tayong photos dito ng mga specimens. Hindi pa ito sinusort ni ni Dex. Actually, part 2 ito. Kaya ho nakalabas yung specimens na yan ay part yan ng sarili ko namang core-funded project which is yung imaging ng bird specimens ng DS Rabor Wildlife Collection. So, here are some of our collections, yung mga herbs, no? Sa wet collections and this na image ito when our former staff Cam Meneses was inventorying yung ating mga new series ng collections. And of course, itong ating mga birds, no, from the DS Rabor collection. So kung gusto niyo makita yung mga images na ito, actually, you just go to our Zoological and Wildlife Specimens Image Bank, which was launched 2 years ago. Parang 2 years ago. Just click here, no? So makikita niyo yung mga photos ng representative specimens ng Museum of Natural History. It's not, hindi lahat yun ng specimens ng museum, ha? Kasi matagal yun i-digitize. So what we did is kumuha kami ng representative images ng ating mga specimen for you to access. Especially nung time nung pandemic, no? Wala tayong access sa museum. Alright. So, yon lang. So, free to explore kayo do sa aming collections. And then we go to our recent discoveries and descriptions. So, basically, it's just a table format. Pero we will try to update this soon as often as we can. And makikita nyo, ito yung mga discoveries and descriptions that one, co-authored by museum curators or staff or um, and or yung mga pinangalan sa mga taga-museum. So for example, here is si Sir Pat Malabrigo dahil involved sila do sa pinakabagong Medinilla, Simplissimosa and Ultramaficola. And then dito naman nakalista ay si Galumna, Neogalumna eusebioi. It was described by our curator, Dr. Raros, and incidentally, it's named after one of our museum technicians, Kuya Orly Eusebio. So year 2022. So up to hopefully ay meron ba yata kaming 1998 pa rito. Then we go to some of our expeditions. Actually, yung list namin na medyo naputol na ng konti kasi it's really hard to keep track of our fieldworks, no? But at least dito from 2013, and then some of these expeditions na lang later uh, are seen here using itong ating image carousel. So dadagdagan pa ho namin yan later. So meron tayo mga fieldwork sa Quezon, and then where's this, in Pangasinan, yeah, si Kuya Manny, retired namin. Even in Mount Makiling, Los Baños, we are here in Cavinti, etc. Okay. Then that's the expeditions. Of course, ito yung projects namin. Of course, yung projects namin ay ano din, nakalista din sa database ng OVCRE. So, pero meron din kami projects being implemented from 2015 to the present. And if you would like to look at, makita nyo yung mga past projects namin starting 2014 and down, just go to this part and you could click on here and check the document. So publications, ang pinaka-highlight lang dito ay yung journal, okay? So meron tayong dito, there's a link here. You visit our journal, it's Laksang Buhay. So it publishes scientific papers that provide perspectives on natural history and tropical biodiversity. So i-click nyo lang yan, meron tayong Google site ng Laksang Buhay. So you could jump off from here. So I think ito ang pinaka-importante, no, yung services. So scientific, research, and educational. Pag scientific, we have medyo ano na lang namin, we simplified the information here. So if you want to ask for scientific name verification services, it's MNH Form 5. Pupunta po kayo dito, no? If you want to have your specimens identified, dito kayo pupunta sa biological specimen identification. And if you want to access our collections, you go to here. Mayroong mga guidelines dyan, may mga step-by-step procedures. It's simplified there, so just go there. Okay. So for example, itong medyo sikat sa amin sa museum, yung marami mga graduating students na gusto verify ng kanilang scientific name used in their thesis and manuscript. So nandito po yung steps, no? Under community quarantine yung procedures, tapos yung possible kapag meron na tayong face-to-face. No? Pagdating dito sa biological specimen identification, I think this is also important. So nandito yung ating rates, no? Magkano, yung guidelines for accepting our specimens, and then for preparing your specimens, no, for identification, and the protocol for sending the specimens over to the museum. And we have lots of information here, as well as yung mga contact persons natin. So, dito naman sa research, we have specimen loan, depositing specimens, and if you would like to request for culture. So, makikita nyo din siya dyan. And then for educational, nandito yung information about our integrated biodiversity exhibit, which unfortunately is closed right now. And some information about our training courses. If you would like to have the opportunity to become one of our interns or assistants, SA, or our volunteers, you go here and we put here some free resources or free downloads. No, let's check this out. For example, here, pwede nyo i-download to or self-print nyo to sa A4. Ito ay butterflies of Mount Makiling, moths and spiders of Mount Makiling, Philippines. You could print it and then kumbaga DIY. But if you would like to order the printed copies, printed versions, meron naman tayong information here. So this sa part na ito, I think magiging trust namin in the future months is to create more field guides, more downloadable resources for everyone to use. Okay. So that's let me just check again the uh very recent specimen. Okay. So okay, punta na tayo dito. Okay, last but not the least siguro dito, ito yung aming virtual actually it's a link to our virtual museum, no? So 2 years ago we launched the museum's virtual reality tour. So you could launch the exhibit by clicking on here. And then of course yung last year yung ating virtual exhibit Balik Tanaw, Kasaysayan at Kalikasan. You could launch it here. And yung Makiling's Art 2 years ago, 2020, could also launch it via here. So finally, ito po ang ating contact details. So nandito ating social media accounts, ating Google Map. And if meron kayong very specific queries, you could just write, ito nakita nyo naman dito, special bookings, inquiries, request, and other services. May pinpoint na tayo dyan kung sino yung ating focal person as well as yung ating services na email address. So, yun lang po. And let me just unshare my screen. And that is all. Thank you very much. And please share this website to everyone you know. Again, here I'm sending my warmest greetings to all of us here in this in the museum. I wish a great celebration later and more power to the museum and to all its staff in the years to come. So again, maraming salamat po.